A message reaches a person at the precise point Allah chooses, long before they understand why it arrived. You may feel as though you're navigating challenges silently, carrying thoughts that no one truly hears, yet Allah hears every one of them. What you are about to listen to has been guided toward you as part of His mercy, a reminder shaped for the state of your heart right now. Allah places wisdom in your path in ways you do not anticipate, through a word, a lesson, or a moment that shifts your perspective entirely. This message comes to strengthen you, to lift what has been weighing on your chest, and to renew the trust that has grown tired. Let these words settle within you, for they come with a purpose written long before you knew you needed them. When Allah guides a person towards something, it often begins with a gentle pull inside the heart. You may not fully understand it, yet you feel drawn to a message or a moment that carries unusual weight. This pull is not random. It is placed by the one who knows your needs better than you know yourself. Sometimes the lesson you avoid becomes the very message that finally reaches you. And when it does, it settles with a clarity that feels almost sudden, yet divinely timed. At times you might find your attention captured by a reminder you never expected. You may be scrolling, walking, or simply reflecting, and a specific line or phrase stands out in a way nothing else does. That is Allah turning your gaze towards something meant for your healing. He knows the exact depth of your concerns and brings guidance in the manner your heart is most open to receive. What appears small becomes the key to a much larger awakening within. Allah's guidance often arrives when you are overwhelmed by questions you haven't yet formed into words. A lecture, an ayah, or a quiet moment becomes the doorway to an answer you didn't know you were seeking. This is mercy in its most personal form. It teaches that no soul is left unattended and no heart is overlooked. The one who formed your heart knows precisely how to realign it when it begins to drift. Sometimes Allah directs you toward a message that seems unrelated to your current situation, only for you to realize later how perfectly it fits. This delayed understanding is part of the journey. It shows that divine wisdom is not always understood instantly, but it unfolds at the pace your soul can handle. What feels like coincidence is in reality a carefully placed sign meant to guide your steps forward. You might notice that certain reminders repeat themselves in different places. This is a sign that Allah wants your attention on a particular truth. The repetition is not accidental. It is a gentle insistence from the one who nurtures your growth. He knows that some lessons require multiple touches before they finally sink in. Each encounter refines your perspective and strengthens your resolve. Guidance can also reach you through unexpected voices. A child's innocence, an elder's experience, or a stranger's passing comment can all carry profound meaning. Allah chooses any vessel He wills to deliver what your heart is ready to absorb. When the message is meant for you, it finds you regardless of the source. What matters is not who speaks, but who sends the wisdom through them. A moment of disappointment or hurt may redirect your attention toward a deeper truth. When something fails to work out, it can drive you toward reflections you would otherwise ignore. Allah sometimes protects you by removing what distracts you from Him. The emptiness left behind becomes space for guidance to enter. Through this, you learn that setbacks can be hidden blessings in disguise. There are occasions when a message reaches you right after you ask Allah for clarity. Even before the words leave your tongue, He knows the questions residing in your heart. The guidance that follows feels almost immediate, reminding you that your prayers are never overlooked. Allah's response may not always be what you expect, but it always arrives in the way your heart needs most. Guidance comes after long periods of waiting. During those moments, you learn patience, humility, and trust. When the answer finally arrives, you appreciate it with a depth you would not have possessed earlier. This delayed response is part of your spiritual growth. It molds you into someone who can carry the weight of the wisdom you're given. Allah may direct your attention towards certain reminders when your heart begins to forget its true purpose. These moments realign your priorities and shift your focus away from temporary concerns. The world often distracts, but divine guidance brings you back to what truly matters. It gently pulls you toward peace, sincerity, and renewed direction. Through this, you rediscover the path you once knew. A message might reach you during times of emotional exhaustion. When words feel heavy and decisions feel overwhelming, a reminder can lighten the load in ways you did not anticipate. Allah knows the fatigue hidden behind your daily strength. He sends comfort through words that soothe the heart and settle the mind. This is a mark of His compassion, always offering relief at the perfect moment. Sometimes Allah directs your attention towards something that challenges you. These reminders may feel confronting, yet they are meant to refine your character. Growth requires discomfort, and guidance often sparks change that you resisted for too long. Through these challenging insights, you evolve into someone stronger, wiser, and closer to the purpose you were created for. There are moments when a message answers a doubt you've never spoken aloud. Allah knows the questions you hesitate to express. He responds through signs, insights, and reminders that address exactly what burdens you internally. This reassurance strengthens your trust in Him. It teaches that even unspoken pain is heard, and even silent confusion is met with clarity. Guidance may come through memories that resurface unexpectedly. A past lesson, once overlooked, returns with new meaning in your current circumstances. Allah allows these reflections to revisit your heart, to illuminate something you missed before. What was once insignificant now becomes essential. It is a reminder that wisdom grows with time and experience. A message reaches you because someone else needs you to carry it forward. Allah may guide you so you can guide others. The reminder that transforms your heart might later become a source of comfort for another soul. Through this, you realize that divine guidance is not only for personal benefit, but also a responsibility to uplift those around you. You may find yourself drawn to certain verses or teachings repeatedly. Each time you encounter them, you uncover a deeper layer of meaning. This is how Allah nurtures your understanding. He opens your heart to gradual comprehension, allowing each stage of your journey to reveal something new. You learn that divine knowledge unfolds in beautiful, gentle phases. Allah directs your attention to specific reminders when He wants to protect you from choices that may harm you. You might be close to making a decision only to suddenly feel uncertain and pause. That hesitation is a form of guidance. It redirects you away from what isn't good for you and toward what aligns with His wisdom. Through this, you learn the value of trusting His signals. There are moments when guidance arrives through hardship. A difficult experience pushes you to seek answers beyond yourself. In that search, you discover messages that offer meaning to your pain. Allah transforms struggle into illumination, showing you aspects of your heart you never acknowledged before. Through this, you grow in resilience and understanding. A message may reach you when your mind is clouded by worries. In such moments, clarity feels distant, yet Allah brings forth reminders that cut through confusion. These moments of guidance reveal how deeply He cares for your peace. They teach you to rely on Him not only in calm situations, but also when your mind feels overwhelmed. He remains the one who anchors your heart. And sometimes guidance arrives quietly, not through events, but through a sudden realization that shifts your entire outlook. This inner transformation is among the most profound gifts from Allah. It shows that true change begins within. Through insights He plants directly into the heart. When that insight arrives, it reshapes your understanding with a wisdom that feels both familiar and new. When Allah arranges for a message to reach you, it arrives with a precision that cannot be explained by coincidence. You may find yourself encountering words that feel deeply relevant to your inner state. This alignment is never accidental. It is a sign that the Most Merciful is guiding your attention. He knows when your heart is ready to understand what it previously overlooked. Through this divine orchestration, your path becomes illuminated in ways you did not expect. A message sent through divine arrangement often enters your life quietly yet powerfully. It may be a reminder that appears at the exact moment your heart is weighed down by uncertainty. This timing is part of Allah's wisdom. He allows certain words to reach you when they can bring the most comfort, clarity, or direction. The experience leaves you with a profound sense that the Almighty is closer to you than you ever realized. Allah's arrangement can lead you to a message long before you recognize its purpose. You may pass by it countless times, only for it to strike your heart on a particular day. This shift in awareness reflects divine planning. Guidance unfolds at the pace your soul can truly comprehend. When the moment finally aligns, the message resonates with a depth that feels transformative. There are reminders placed in your path that only reveal their significance after reflection. A phrase or verse may echo in your mind, urging you to pause and think. This is a gentle nudge from the one who understands the burdens you carry. The message becomes a mirror, showing you truths you need to confront or embrace. Through this, your heart begins to reconnect with what truly matters. A message may reach you during a conversation you never intended to have. A person speaks a single sentence that touches your heart in ways they themselves are unaware of. Such encounters are divinely set. Allah uses people, moments, and interactions as channels to deliver what your soul needs. The wisdom you receive becomes a turning point, guiding you toward healing or clarity. You might be led to a reminder through an event that redirects your steps. A delay, a cancellation, or a sudden change of plans can position you exactly where guidance awaits. These shifts are not random disruptions, but parts of a greater plan. Allah orchestrates the details of your journey in ways that reveal His care. The message you encounter becomes a source of renewed strength. Guidance arranged by Allah often carries a sense of urgency in your heart. You feel compelled to listen, read, or reflect on it more deeply. This pull is a sign that your connection with your Creator is being strengthened. The message aligns with what your heart has been silently seeking. Through this alignment, you gain a clearer understanding of your purpose and direction. A message may reach you during periods of confusion when clarity feels distant. The words you come across offer insight that cuts through your uncertainty. This is part of divine planning, reminding you that Allah never leaves you without direction. He provides guidance in forms that resonate with your unique struggles. The reassurance you receive becomes a source of renewed peace. There are lessons arranged for you through memories, experiences, or reflections that surface unexpectedly. A thought that once felt ordinary gains profound meaning under new circumstances. Allah allows these insights to arise when they can benefit your heart the most. Through these moments, you come to appreciate how divine wisdom unfolds gradually and with purpose. Guidance can reach you through events that seem unrelated to your concerns. Yet as you observe them more closely, they reveal answers you didn't know you were searching for. This is how divine arrangement works, through subtle connections that only Allah can orchestrate. The clarity you gain reminds you of His unmatched knowledge of your needs. You may find a message entering your life at a moment when you feel disconnected from your own emotions. It reaches past the barriers you've built and speaks directly to what lies within. Allah knows when a heart needs to be softened and when it needs to be reassured. The message that arrives at such moments becomes a bridge toward healing. A message guided by Allah often arrives through sources you never considered meaningful. A simple sentence in a book, a line in a lecture, or a reflection shared by someone else may feel like an answer to your concerns. This experience reveals that divine guidance is not limited to specific avenues. It flows wherever Allah wills, reaching you in the most unexpected ways. Your heart may feel drawn toward a reminder that seems ordinary on the surface, yet as you reflect upon it, layers of depth unfold. This unfolding is part of divine arrangement, where Allah allows knowledge to settle into your heart at the right pace. What initially appeared simple becomes a profound insight that reshapes your understanding. A message may reach you after a moment of disappointment. While you question why something didn't work out, Allah places words before you that offer clarity and wisdom. This is a reminder that your journey is not shaped by random events, but by divine planning. The message comforts you, showing that even closed doors lead to meaningful guidance. Guidance arranged by Allah often carries a feeling of being personally addressed. It speaks directly to your fears, hopes, and hidden struggles. This connection is not accidental. It is a sign of divine mercy. The message arrives with the exact tone and meaning your heart needs. Through this, you recognize the beauty of your Creator's care. A message may find you during transitions or changes in your life. You may be unsure of the next step. Yet a reminder appears that eases your uncertainty. Allah directs your attention toward words that anchor your heart. This is part of divine arrangement, guiding you through phases of growth with patience and wisdom. You might encounter guidance that aligns perfectly with a prayer you made quietly. The timing feels almost immediate, leaving you humbled by Allah's responsiveness. This experience teaches that no prayer is too small to be heard. The message you receive becomes a reassurance of His generosity and compassion. A message guided by Allah may reach you while you are seeking solutions in the wrong places. It redirects your attention toward what truly matters. Through this redirection, your priorities shift and your understanding deepens. The guidance acts as a compass, pointing your heart back toward your Creator. There are reminders that enter your life when you begin to drift spiritually. They awaken a part of your heart that was becoming distant. This awakening is a gift from Allah, who never abandons those who turn to Him. The message brings you back to a path of sincerity and purpose, enriching your inner state. A message that reaches you through divine arrangement often changes you in ways nothing else could. It speaks to your deepest needs with remarkable accuracy. It appears at a time when your heart is most open to transformation. Through this, you witness the profound mercy of the One who guides every soul with perfect wisdom. A reminder sent by Allah can arrive at a moment when your heart feels heavier than your words can express. It may come through a verse, a teaching, or an unexpected reflection that reaches deep within you. The impact of such guidance is immediate, offering a sense of relief that you didn't know you needed. Allah knows the precise instant when your strength begins to fade. He sends what will uplift you before your hope weakens further. Through this, you witness His gentle care. A message meant to lift you often enters your life when everything around you feels overwhelming. You may feel lost between choices or drained by burdens that appear unmovable, yet a few carefully placed words can realign your heart. Allah chooses the perfect moment to remind you that He has not left you to navigate alone. The guidance becomes a source of clarity that softens your worries. It reminds you that solutions lie closer than you assumed. At a moment when your patience begins to thin, a reminder may reach you with a calm that eases your emotions. It speaks directly to the conflict within you, offering reassurance that your effort is seen by Allah. Even the frustration you conceal from others is known to Him. This divine comfort arrives with precision. Its timing shows that the Almighty responds long before your heart reaches breaking point. A reminder sent by Allah may come when you feel disconnected from your own purpose. It realigns your thoughts and grants you a renewed sense of direction. What once felt confusing begins to make sense as the meaning behind your experiences becomes clearer. Allah brings wisdom at the moment it can strengthen you most. The affirmation you receive revives your determination and steadies your path. Guidance that arrives at the perfect moment can lift the weight of worry you've been carrying silently. You may feel as though no one understands your inner battles, yet Allah sends comfort tailored to your situation. This reminder becomes a quiet reassurance that He is fully aware of your struggles. It breathes new life into your faith and soothes the fear that crept into your thoughts. A message may reach you during a period of emotional fatigue. You may be trying to remain strong while feeling drained internally, yet a single reminder can replenish the hope that seemed distant. Allah knows how much your heart can carry and sends support with exact precision. This divine assistance shows that even your silent endurance is recognized and answered. The reminder sent by Allah may arrive through a person who speaks words they never intended for you specifically, yet they resonate deeply. This is part of divine planning. You hear exactly what your heart has been craving without asking for it. The relief you feel confirms that Allah's knowledge of you is far greater than anything you can describe. Guidance may come when your goals seem delayed and your path uncertain. The message you receive redirects your thoughts toward trust and patience. Allah reminds you that His timing is never flawed. This reassurance lifts the frustration that shadows your heart and gives you the strength to continue with renewed faith. It becomes your anchor during confusion. A reminder can reach you after a disappointment, illuminating the wisdom behind what didn't unfold as you hoped. It reveals that Allah's protection sometimes arrives disguised as denial. The clarity you gain from this message eases the pain of unmet expectations. It shifts your focus toward gratitude and helps you recognize the blessings hidden within the experience. A message meant for you may surface in the quiet moments of your day. It appears without warning and strengthens you in a way nothing else could. Allah chooses the exact moment when your heart is most receptive. Through this divine timing, guidance settles deeply, bringing comfort that lasts longer than the difficulties you're facing. A reminder may lift you when your heart is struggling with unspoken worries. You may feel unable to articulate the depth of your concerns, yet Allah already knows. He sends a message that touches your core and alleviates the tension you've been carrying. This guidance allows your heart to breathe again. It teaches you that divine care is always near. You might encounter a message that reaches you when you feel as though your faith is dimming. The reminder reignites the sincerity within you and reconnects you with Allah's mercy. It uplifts your spirit and reminds you that faith rises and falls, but Allah remains constant. Through His subtle intervention, your heart finds renewed strength. A reminder may reach you when your thoughts are clouded with doubt. The clarity it brings sweeps through your heart like a refreshing breeze. Allah knows when confusion threatens to overwhelm you and sends guidance that dispels your fears. This message becomes a light that restores your understanding and steadies your emotions. Guidance may reach you while you feel surrounded by negativity. The message becomes a shield that protects your heart from sinking further. It redirects your focus toward Allah's wisdom and away from the noise that burdens your mind. This upliftment brings relief that feels both timely and purposeful. A reminder may come when you feel distant from Allah, unsure of how to return. The message pulls you gently back toward Him. It reassures you that His mercy remains open no matter how far you feel you've drifted. The comfort you experience lifts your heart and draws you into renewed connection. A message meant for you can enter your life during moments of grief. Your heart may feel heavy with loss or sadness, yet the reminder offers a healing perspective. Allah knows the depth of your pain and sends comfort that settles softly within you. The guidance you receive becomes a source of strength that carries you forward. A reminder may reach you as motivation when you feel like giving up. You may be exhausted by effort that seems unrecognized, yet Allah sends words that reawaken your determination. This timely message assures you that your struggles are not wasted. It helps you rise with greater resilience and trust. A message may enter your life during self-doubt, dissolving the thoughts that make you question your worth. The reminder affirms that Allah sees value in you that you fail to see. This divine upliftment restores confidence in your purpose. It strengthens your heart to continue growing and striving. You may receive a reminder when you are on the verge of making a choice that could harm you. The guidance pulls you back, offering clarity that protects your future. Allah's timing ensures the message arrives precisely when it can prevent regret. This intervention becomes a blessing you recognize only later. A reminder sent at the perfect moment can revive hope that felt nearly lost. It shows that Allah has been aware of your struggles all along. The message brings comfort, strength, and renewed perspective. It becomes a sign that Allah's mercy never leaves you, especially when you need Him most. Light from Allah can enter your life through the most unexpected avenues. You may feel overwhelmed, unsure of which direction to take, yet a moment of clarity settles into your heart with ease. This clarity is a gift placed without you asking. It shows that Allah is fully aware of your inner struggles. The guidance you receive becomes a gentle reassurance that He has been steering your path all along. A moment of illumination can reach you through a concept you've heard many times but never truly felt until now. The same words suddenly carry new meaning, as if they were spoken directly for you. This shift in understanding is placed by Allah at the exact stage of your journey when it can help you most. It serves as a reminder that divine wisdom reaches you right on time. Through this, your heart awakens to truths it previously overlooked. Light may be placed in your heart through a story from the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. A lesson you once saw as simple becomes a source of deep guidance. Allah allows its meaning to touch you differently based on your current circumstances. This transformation shows that guidance grows with you. What once felt distant now resonates powerfully, shaping your character and choices. A realization that softens your heart may emerge out of nowhere. You could be preoccupied with daily responsibilities, yet inspiration arrives with ease. This is a mercy from Allah who guides without you needing to search. The insight settles gently and brightens your thoughts. It becomes a reminder that Allah never leaves your heart vacant of direction. His guidance flows into your life with perfect precision. Light may arrive through a correction that feels uncomfortable but necessary. You come to understand that growth often emerges from honest reflection. Allah allows you to see aspects of yourself that require attention. This awareness may not have been sought intentionally, yet it becomes a turning point. Through this, you discover the compassion behind divine guidance. It leads you toward improvement rather than blame. An unexpected sense of peace may wash over you during moments of uncertainty. You may not know what your next step will be, yet Allah fills your heart with assurance that He is in control. This inner calm is not something you searched for. It is gifted by Him to ease your concerns. The confidence it brings helps you continue with trust. It becomes a light that steadies your heart. Guidance can reach you through witnessing something simple yet meaningful. A gesture, a word, or an example from another person may reveal truths you hadn't considered. Allah uses these ordinary moments to illuminate your path. Through them, you recognize that His signs are always around you. This light helps you notice blessings that were previously hidden from your awareness. You might find your heart guided through obstacles that redirect you without warning. A setback or delay leads you to a better route. You never imagined. Allah positions each step so that you encounter what benefits your heart. The clarity you gain afterward reveals the beauty of His planning. The guidance you receive becomes a testament to His perfect knowledge of your needs. Light may reach you through silence and reflection that arise naturally. You pause for a moment and a realization unfolds with clarity and depth. This understanding enters your life not through effort, but through divine permission. Allah places insight in your heart when He knows it will strengthen you. It becomes a gentle reminder that guidance is a gift, not an achievement. A lesson may become clear after witnessing the consequences of your own actions. Allah allows you to see patterns you once ignored. Through this awareness, you understand what needs to be changed. This clarity is not something you actively sought. It is placed in your heart at the perfect stage of your development. The insight becomes a form of light that protects your future decisions. Light can be placed in your path through a reminder that makes you reassess your priorities. You realize that worldly concerns have crowded your heart. Allah grants you a moment of clarity that reveals what truly matters. This shift in perspective is a divine gift, helping you detach from what drains your energy. The renewed focus becomes a source of spiritual nourishment. Guidance may reach you through a moment of gratitude that arrives unexpectedly. You look around and suddenly feel overwhelmed by Allah's generosity. This emotional awakening elevates your faith and draws you closer to your Creator. It isn't the product of forced reflection. It's a light placed directly in your heart. The gratitude you feel becomes a spark that brightens your entire outlook. A message that clarifies your purpose may come at a moment when you least anticipate it. You may feel scattered, yet one reminder brings everything together. This coherence is not achieved through searching. It is inspired by Allah. The ease with which understanding enters your heart shows His nearness. It becomes a foundation upon which your next steps are built. You may receive light through observing hardship faced by others. Their resilience inspires reflection within you. Allah places this moment in your life to teach compassion, gratitude, and humility. The insight you gain encourages personal growth. This unexpected lesson becomes a form of guidance, helping you shape your character with sincerity. Light may reach you through remembering a blessing you ignored. Reflection brings the realization that many of your prayers have already been answered. Allah allows you to reconnect with moments of His mercy. This understanding lifts your spirit and strengthens your trust. It arrives without effort as a gift placed gently in your awareness. You might notice that a certain teaching resonates deeply at a stage when your heart is fragile. Allah allows those words to reach you with perfect timing. They heal wounds you couldn't explain to anyone. This type of guidance doesn't come from searching, but from divine generosity. It becomes a balm that restores your emotional and spiritual strength. A new understanding may settle into your heart after witnessing beauty in creation. The sight of nature, the rhythm of life, or the blessings around you awaken your faith. Allah uses these simple encounters to place light within you. They redirect your attention toward Him. The realization fills your heart with awe and gratitude that elevate your connection to your Creator. Light may reach you when you feel overwhelmed by responsibilities. A reminder crosses your path and puts your heart at ease. Allah knows the weight you carry and sends comfort that aligns perfectly with your needs. This guidance enters your life without effort. It strengthens you with hope and assurance that you are not navigating alone. A moment of truth may arise when you observe your own weaknesses with honesty. Allah allows you to see yourself clearly, not to burden you, but to help you grow. The clarity you receive becomes a source of inner illumination. It guides you toward better choices and sincere repentance. This self-awareness is a divine blessing placed in the heart. Allah may place light in your path by granting you understanding of why certain events unfolded the way they did. What once confused you becomes clear. The wisdom that emerges heals wounds and strengthens trust. This clarity is a gift arriving exactly when you are prepared to appreciate it. It reminds you that divine planning is filled with mercy and purpose. A single guided word from Allah can transform a heart that has carried confusion for far too long. You may be weighed down by thoughts you cannot untangle, yet one inspired message brings clarity in an instant. This shift does not come from intellect alone, it comes from divine mercy. Allah allows your heart to recognize truth at the moment it can reshape your direction. What felt heavy becomes manageable, and what felt distant becomes near. One guided word may reach you while you are wrestling with uncertainty. You feel lost between paths, unsure which choice will bring goodness. Then a message touches your heart with such precision that it dissolves your doubts. This is a sign of Allah's compassion. He directs your attention toward what aligns with your soul's well-being. From that moment, your outlook changes and purpose replaces hesitation. A turning point may emerge from hearing a reminder that resonates deeply. You may have heard similar words before, but this time they land with profound meaning. The transformation that follows is a gift from Allah. He chooses the exact instant when your heart is ready to embrace change. That single guided word becomes a seed of growth that alters your journey in ways you never imagined. A single guided word may shift your focus from worry to trust. You may have been carrying anxiety quietly, unsure of how to ease it. Then a reminder enters your life, telling you to rely on Allah with sincerity. This word softens the fear within you and replaces it with calm. The change it brings is subtle yet powerful, guiding you towards a more peaceful path. A guided word can awaken courage you didn't realize you possessed. You might have been discouraged by setbacks, questioning your strength. Then a message reaches your heart, encouraging perseverance. This moment marks a turning point that empowers you to rise again. It is Allah's way of reminding you that resilience grows through His guidance. The turning point may begin with a word that invites you to reflect on your blessings. You might be so focused on what you lack that you overlook what you already have. Allah sends a message that shifts your perspective entirely. You begin to see your life differently, appreciating His mercy in ways you previously overlooked. gratitude becomes a new force that moves you forward. A single guided word may prompt you to let go of a burden you've been holding for years. You could be clinging to past regrets or heavy emotions, unsure how to release them. Then a reminder reaches your heart, teaching forgiveness, hope, or acceptance. This word unlocks a door within you, allowing healing to begin. The shift becomes one of the greatest blessings in your journey. A message from Allah may reach you with a word that revives your relationship with Him. You may feel distant, struggling to find the connection you once had. Then an inspired reminder calls you back gently. The sincerity you feel in that moment becomes the spark that reignites your faith. This is the turning point your heart has been craving. One guided word may illuminate the purpose behind a difficulty you've been facing. You may have questioned the meaning of your struggle, feeling overwhelmed by its weight. Then Allah delivers a reminder that brings understanding. Your heart begins to see wisdom where you once saw hardship. This shift becomes a source of strength, reshaping your attitude toward every challenge ahead. A single guided word may help you see the consequences of choices you were about to make. It reveals the path that leads toward goodness and the one that leads toward harm. Allah grants this clarity as a form of protection. That moment of guidance alters your decision, redirecting you toward what will bless your future. This turning point saves you from regret. You may feel spiritually numb until a guided word pierces through the heaviness. The moment it lands in your heart, everything changes. You feel inspired to pray, repent, or reconnect with Allah. This awakening does not come from effort alone, but from divine grace. That single word becomes the doorway to renewed commitment and sincerity. A message may contain a single word that encourages self-reflection in a meaningful way. You begin to see patterns in your behavior and understand the changes needed. Allah inspires the insight that pushes you toward personal growth. This realization becomes a turning point, allowing you to evolve into a better version of yourself. The shift feels refreshing and purposeful. One guided word may remind you of the temporary nature of this world. You may have been deeply absorbed in worldly concerns, losing sight of what truly matters. Then a single reminder brings your heart back to its true priorities. This shift changes your actions, thoughts, and intentions. It becomes a turning point that enriches your spiritual life. A single guided word may show you that your worth comes from Allah, not from people. You may have been seeking validation from the wrong places. Then a message reaches your heart and realigns your understanding. The confidence you gain is not arrogance, but trust in your Creator's view of you. This becomes a turning point that frees you from unnecessary comparisons. A message may reach your heart with a word that teaches humility. You may have been striving for recognition without realizing it. Allah sends a reminder that brings sincerity back into your intentions. This insight transforms your approach to your deeds and interactions. The change it brings purifies your actions in a way that benefits your soul deeply. A turning point may begin when a guided word encourages you to seek forgiveness. You realize that Allah's mercy is greater than your mistakes. This realization lifts the darkness of guilt from your heart. The moment you respond to this reminder, a new chapter begins. Your heart becomes lighter and your steps become more hopeful. A single guided word may inspire compassion within you. You may be caught up in your own struggles, forgetting the needs of others. Then Allah places a reminder that softens your heart. The empathy that follows enriches your relationships and returns blessings to your life. This shift marks a meaningful turning point in your character. A guided word may teach you patience in a way no experience ever has. You may have been rushing through life feeling frustrated by delays. Then a reminder shows you the beauty of Allah's timing. The peace that settles within you changes how you handle challenges. This inner transformation becomes a turning point that shapes your future outlook. A single guided word may bring you back from a path that was harming your soul. You may have been drifting toward choices that distance you from Allah. The reminder arrives at a crucial moment, redirecting you towards safety. This is a mercy that becomes a turning point, preventing spiritual loss and restoring your connection with your Creator. One guided word may awaken your desire to strive for goodness with renewed energy. You may feel stagnant or uninspired, yet Allah sends a reminder that reignites your flame. The motivation that follows helps you pursue beneficial deeds with sincerity and joy. This turning point becomes a source of long-term growth, shaping your spiritual path beautifully. A lesson may reach your heart precisely when you feel overwhelmed by concerns you cannot describe. You may try to push through your worries alone, but your strength begins to weaken. Then a message arrives carrying the exact reassurance you needed. This is a sign that Allah sees what weighs heavily on your heart. He sends insight that eases your mind and brings light to your path. You feel understood in ways no human could offer. A lesson may find you when your thoughts are scattered and your emotions feel tangled. You search for clarity but feel uncertain about where to begin. Then Allah guides a specific reminder into your life that addresses your confusion with remarkable accuracy. This moment is not random. It is crafted by the one who knows your inner landscape. The comfort that follows is a blessing that lifts the burden just enough for you to breathe again. You may go through days feeling emotionally drained without knowing how to find relief. Right when the heaviness begins to feel unbearable, a lesson reaches you with powerful simplicity. It speaks to the exact struggle you've been hiding within. Allah knows the limits of your endurance and sends guidance before your heart reaches a point of collapse. That lesson becomes a new source of strength. A moment of insight may unfold when you feel uncertain about your purpose. You may feel disconnected from your goals or unsure of your direction. Then a lesson enters your life that realigns your priorities beautifully. Allah knows the restlessness within you and grants clarity that puts your heart at ease. The understanding you gain becomes a turning point that restores your confidence. A lesson may reach you through a reminder that encourages you to release hurt you've been carrying. You may hold on to pain longer than you realize, allowing it to weigh down your spirit. Allah sends guidance that helps you process and let go. This message unlocks emotional relief you had been longing for. It becomes a gentle nudge toward healing. You may feel burdened by choices that seem too heavy to make on your own. Right when indecision threatens your peace, a lesson reaches you with guidance that feels tailor-made. Allah understands the silent struggle behind every dilemma. He sends the wisdom you need at the perfect moment. That clarity helps you choose with confidence and trust. A lesson may find you when loss or disappointment dims your view of the future. You may feel uncertain whether things will improve. Then Allah delivers a reminder that renews your hope. It enters your heart with kindness, offering a perspective that reshapes your emotions. This lesson becomes a light that helps you rise from sadness with fresh energy. Guidance may reach your heart when you feel overlooked or misunderstood by those around you. You may wish someone could truly comprehend your pain. Allah, knowing your inner reality, sends a lesson that speaks directly to what you're experiencing. The relief you feel is profound. It reminds you that His awareness is far deeper than human understanding. A lesson may find you in a moment of regret. Your heart may ache from recognizing mistakes you wish you could undo. Then a reminder arrives, showing you the path of mercy and redemption. Allah provides this lesson because He knows the guilt you carry. It becomes a healing message that encourages forgiveness and growth. You may encounter a lesson when your heart is restless, seeking answers you can't articulate. The message arrives almost effortlessly, speaking to your hidden concerns. This is Allah responding to what you haven't voiced out loud. The truth within the lesson calms your thoughts and brings direction to your emotions. It becomes a form of divine compassion. Guidance may meet you when you feel overwhelmed by responsibilities. You might worry about managing everything expected of you. Allah knows the exhaustion that sits quietly within, and He sends a lesson that reassures your heart. This reminder strengthens you and helps you refocus. You realize that you were never meant to carry everything alone. A lesson may reach you when you begin questioning your own worth. You may feel inadequate or unimportant. Then Allah sends words that remind you of your value in His sight. This message lifts the weight of self-doubt and brings dignity back into your heart. It becomes a reminder that your identity is rooted in what He sees, not what people perceive. A reminder may find you when you feel emotionally distant from your faith. You try to reconnect but struggle to feel anything meaningful. Allah knows this inner dryness and sends a lesson that revives your spiritual energy. It awakens sincerity within you and restores your closeness to Him. The impact feels refreshing and deeply comforting. A lesson may appear when you fear the future and feel uncertain about what lies ahead. Anxiety may cloud your thoughts. Allah, knowing the tension in your heart, sends a message that reminds you to rely on Him. This lesson lifts the burden of fear and replaces it with trust. Your heart becomes calmer as you remember that His plans are always for your benefit. You may receive a lesson when you feel stuck in unhealthy habits or patterns. You recognize the need to change but lack motivation. Allah sends a reminder that sparks a shift within you. It encourages growth and helps you take the first step toward improvement. That lesson becomes a catalyst for positive transformation. A message may reach you when your heart feels weary from carrying expectations, your own or others. You may feel pressured from all directions. Allah sends a lesson that reminds you to step back and breathe. It shows you that your worth is not tied to perfection. This understanding frees your heart from unnecessary burdens. A lesson may reach your heart during moments of loneliness. You may feel disconnected from those around you and unsure where to turn. Allah, knowing your emotional state, sends a message that reassures you of His constant presence. This reminder fills the emptiness within your heart and replaces loneliness with comfort. Guidance may find you when you struggle with forgiveness, either of yourself or others. You may be caught between hurt and healing. Allah sends a lesson that guides your heart toward mercy and wisdom. This reminder lifts emotional weight and helps you embrace peace. It becomes a powerful step toward inner clarity. A lesson may reach you when you feel overwhelmed by past mistakes. Regret may cloud your mind, convincing you that recovery is out of reach. Allah knows your remorse and sends guidance that lifts your spirit. It reminds you that His mercy surpasses your flaws. This becomes a lesson that cleans your heart from the inside. You may receive a lesson when your prayers feel unanswered. You feel lost in the waiting, unsure if you're being heard. Allah sends a reminder that reassures you that His timing is always filled with wisdom. This message lightens the burden of impatience and restores your trust. Your heart becomes calm as you surrender to His perfect plan. A quiet nudge from Allah can reach your heart in ways that words cannot fully explain. You may be caught in distractions that pull you away from what truly matters. Yet something subtle shifts within you. This shift is gentle, not forceful. It reminds you of the peace found in turning back to your Creator. The feeling grows, guiding you toward a path you had unintentionally drifted from. Your heart softens as you respond to that divine whisper. A gentle prompting may settle inside you when you feel spiritually disconnected. You may be searching for depth but unable to feel it. Then, without warning, a reminder encourages you to reconnect with Allah. This prompting is His mercy calling you closer. It invites you to pause and realign your heart with its true source of comfort. The change it brings is subtle, yet deeply meaningful. A quiet nudge may come through a memory of past blessings. You recall moments when Allah helped you through difficulties, even when you felt undeserving. That remembrance awakens gratitude that had been overshadowed by worry. This gratitude becomes the whisper that turns your heart back toward Him. Through this realization, you rediscover your reliance on His kindness. A gentle pull may reach you during a moment of reflection. You begin to notice how far your thoughts have wandered from sincerity. Allah inspires a desire to purify your intentions. The urge to realign yourself spiritually grows stronger. This is His way of guiding your heart toward what brings true contentment. You feel encouraged to begin again with humility. A quiet nudge may appear through an emotion you cannot ignore. You feel an emptiness that worldly pursuits cannot fill. This inner space calls for something greater. Allah places within you a longing to turn back to Him. As you respond, your heart begins to settle, recognizing the purpose of that longing. It becomes a moment of renewed connection. A subtle prompting may reach your heart through the words of someone who speaks without knowing your struggles. Their message touches a part of you that needed healing. Allah designs this encounter with precision. The reminder pulls you gently toward reflection and sincerity. Through this, your heart begins to realign with His guidance. A quiet nudge may awaken you in the middle of routine. You realize that your life has become filled with noise, leaving little space for contemplation. Allah inspires a moment of awareness that pulls you back from distraction. This awareness opens a doorway to spiritual clarity. Your heart responds, grateful for the chance to reconnect. A soft inspiration may touch your heart when you feel overwhelmed by worldly pressure. The reminder reassures you that your worth is not tied to perfection. Allah shifts your focus towards seeking His acceptance rather than chasing approval from people. This shift redirects your heart toward what truly matters. Peace settles within you as a result. A gentle nudge may come through a feeling of guilt that's not meant to harm you, but to guide you. You recall an action or decision that distanced you from Allah. Instead of sinking into despair, you find yourself wanting to repair that connection. This desire is a sign of divine care. It leads you toward repentance and renewal. A quiet prompting may reach you when you feel tempted by things that draw you away from righteousness. Your heart senses discomfort, signaling that the path ahead may harm your soul. Allah places this warning gently inside you. As you listen, you step back and reconsider your choices. This moment becomes a safeguard, protecting your spiritual well-being. A soft nudge may guide you toward prayer even when you feel unmotivated. You stand before your Lord with a heart that may not feel perfect, yet the act of responding to that prompting brings peace. Allah accepts your effort and blesses it. The comfort that follows reassures you that turning to Him is always worth it. Your heart grows lighter as you continue. A subtle guiding thought may arise when you question your purpose. You feel confused about your direction, yet a reminder enters your heart, encouraging trust in Allah's plan. This guidance redirects your attention from stress to surrender. Through this shift, clarity begins to form. You understand that divine timing governs all outcomes. A quiet nudge may emerge when arrogance tries to settle within your heart. You realize how easily pride can overshadow humility. Allah guides you back through a reminder of your utter dependence on Him. This moment realigns your intentions and softens your character. It becomes a step towards sincerity and spiritual refinement. A gentle prompting may appear when your heart begins to harden. You notice a lack of compassion or empathy within yourself. Allah allows a moment of vulnerability to enter your life. This moment awakens kindness and reminds you of how He treats you with mercy. You become motivated to emulate that mercy in your own behavior. A subtle whisper may reach you through the Quran. A verse that once felt familiar suddenly speaks to your situation with new intensity. The message enters your heart as though it were meant only for you. Allah uses His words to redirect your path. Your heart is touched, encouraged to deepen your connection with Him. A quiet nudge may awaken your desire to increase in good deeds. You may have been procrastinating or lacking motivation. Then an inspired thought encourages you to start small. This small beginning becomes the foundation for greater change. Allah sees your effort and strengthens your resolve. Your heart grows more committed as you continue. A soft prompting may appear when you feel unworthy of Allah's mercy. You fear that your mistakes have distanced you from Him. Then a reminder reassures your heart that His forgiveness is vast. This reassurance redirects your thoughts from self-doubt to hope. It becomes the push you need to seek His closeness again. A quiet nudge may call you to let go of negativity. Anger, resentment, or sadness may cloud your heart. Allah allows a moment of clarity that encourages you to release what harms your soul. As you respond, emotional weight begins to lift. You feel lighter and more connected to Him. A gentle prompting may reach your heart through witnessing someone else's patience. Their example moves you deeply. You realize the beauty of relying on Allah through hardship. This inspiration redirects your heart toward gratitude and perseverance. It becomes a reminder that strength comes from Him alone. A quiet nudge may be felt when you look back at your journey and recognize how Allah has carried you through challenges. This reflection fills your heart with humility and awe. You sense the need to draw closer to Him in appreciation. The gratitude that forms becomes the fuel for renewed worship and sincerity. A reminder crafted for your journey arrives with a depth that feels unmistakably personal. It reaches a corner of your heart you hadn't opened in a long while. This is Allah showing you that He has never stopped guiding you, even when you felt distant. The message is shaped by your experiences, your emotions, and your struggles through it. You feel seen by the one who knows you best. His mercy unfolds through every word. A reminder tailored for your path often reaches you in a moment of emotional fatigue. The weight of life may make you feel like you're walking alone, but the message enters your heart with remarkable gentleness. This is divine compassion at work. Allah sends guidance that fits the exact state of your soul. The relief you feel shows how precisely He understands your needs. A message meant specifically for you may highlight blessings you forgot to acknowledge. It brings your focus back to what has been quietly supporting your life all along. Allah uses this reminder to restore your gratitude, which in turn restores your hope. You realize that mercy has surrounded you even during phases where you assumed you were forgotten. The reminder becomes a doorway to renewed appreciation. A reminder designed for your journey may confront you with a truth you were avoiding, not to break you, but to build you. Allah knows which lessons you are ready to learn, and when you are prepared to learn them, the message arrives with the perfect balance of compassion and honesty. Through this divine precision, your heart grows stronger and wiser. A lesson shaped for you may reveal that what you considered failure was actually protection. The message softens wounds you carried without understanding their purpose. Allah shows you that His wisdom was guiding your steps even through disappointment. As the reminder settles, clarity replaces confusion. Mercy becomes visible in the very places you once questioned. A reminder designed for your life may arrive after you've been longing for direction. You may feel uncertain about which path to take. Then Allah delivers a message that resonates with unmistakable clarity. It aligns your heart with what is best for you. This is mercy in its purest form, guidance arriving precisely when your heart is prepared to receive it. A message intended for you may enter your heart through reflection on your past. You begin to see lessons woven through experiences that once felt disconnected. Allah allows this understanding to settle with truth and beauty. The reminder shows you that every step of your journey held meaning. His mercy is evident in how He connects your growth through time. A reminder crafted for you may encourage you to revive hope after it has faded. You may have felt discouraged by life's unpredictability. Then a message arrives reminding you that Allah's generosity is far greater than your fears. This reminder lifts your spirit with gentle reassurance. You feel motivated to trust again and to move forward with renewed strength. A lesson tailored to your heart may illuminate strengths you didn't realize you possessed. You come to understand that resilience is built through divine care. Allah sends reminders that empower you to rise even when you feel weak. The message reinforces that He equips every soul with the tools it needs to endure. That realization becomes a source of deep comfort. A reminder may reach you with a message of humility, showing you that every blessing must lead you closer to Allah. You recognize how easily success can distract the heart. Allah uses this reminder to realign your intentions with sincerity. This is mercy disguised as reflection. Through it, your actions regain purpose and purity. A message crafted for your journey may soften your heart in a moment when harshness had begun to settle. You may feel frustrated or emotionally tense. Allah sends a reminder that melts away the heaviness and helps you respond with patience. This softening is a gift. It brings you closer to the character He loves. A reminder shaped perfectly for your circumstances may highlight the value of prayer. You might have been praying mechanically without depth. Allah inspires a message that awakens true connection within your heart. The shift you feel is powerful. It brings sincerity back to your worship and renews the comfort found in turning to Him. A guided message meant for you may help you see the beauty in enduring hardship. It reveals that your struggle has been molding your spirit, not breaking it. Allah sends this reminder to strengthen your trust in His divine plan. The understanding that follows brings peace to turmoil. You sense His mercy woven through your trials. A lesson crafted for you may remind you of the importance of patience. You realize that your journey unfolds according to divine timing, not your own. Allah sends a message that calms your restlessness. It helps you embrace the process instead of rushing toward outcomes. This patience becomes a blessing that eases your heart. A reminder sent specifically for your growth may help you overcome harmful habits. You may feel trapped by routine mistakes. Allah provides a message that sparks a desire for change. The determination that follows is proof of His aid. This is not just advice, it is a mercy tailored to your personal transformation. A message meant for your soul may highlight the importance of forgiving yourself. You may hold guilt that burdens your spirit. Allah sends guidance that reassures you His mercy is greater than your flaws. This reminder becomes a turning point. It releases your heart from unnecessary shame and allows healing to begin. A reminder designed for your journey may encourage compassion toward others. You begin to understand that everyone carries hidden struggles. Allah inspires empathy within you through this message. It softens your interactions and elevates your character. The reminder shapes your relationships in ways that honor Him. A message crafted with divine precision may show you how much you depend on Allah for inner peace. You notice that worldly solutions provide temporary comfort, while His guidance brings lasting tranquility. This realization comes through a reminder tailored exactly to your needs. It becomes a foundation for deeper devotion. A reminder intended for your life may help you understand that setbacks are not punishments. They are redirections filled with wisdom. Allah sends a message that reveals the hidden mercy behind delays. Your heart shifts toward acceptance. You begin to see obstacles as stepping stones rather than barriers. A lesson designed specifically for your path may reveal that every moment of your journey, every joy, every hardship, every silence was shaped by divine compassion. The reminder assures you that Allah has been nurturing your heart all along. You feel embraced by His mercy, guided by His wisdom, and strengthened by His love. What reached your heart today was not coincidence. Allah allowed these words to arrive at the exact moment you needed them because He knows your worries, your hopes, and every silent prayer you've held inside. Let this reminder stay with you as you continue your journey. Allow it to strengthen your trust, soften your heart, and guide your steps with renewed clarity. May your path be filled with the mercy, direction, and peace that only Allah can place in your life.